So hello and welcome back to the Chelsea Academy Challenge as we head to the end of our 5th season in charge. Last time things didn't go as well as they have been for us, as for the first time in several years we find ourselves not in first place in the Premier League, and because this is Roman Abramovich we're dealing with, the board are not exactly thrilled. Will this be the end, or will we pull it out of the bag? As ever, we begin with Brentford. We've not exactly been bad at all so far, but a few draws and an extremely consistent Liverpool mean it's going to be a challenge to win the league again. We play in the evening kickoff and we play with the news that Liverpool have already started 2026 with a slip up against their B team. Mbappe is injured, but can we seize the initiative? A monumentally frustrating game. We press and press and press. So many half chances, a few decent ones, but no way through a very stubborn Brentford. 0-0, a wasted opportunity. It's January though, and that only means one thing: selling a guy who could have been useful but never really developed. Billy Gilmore has refused to sign a new contract, so joins Lazio for 9.25 million. Karl Malone has been developing okay, but needs more football, and as Crystal Palace bid for him, we loan him out to them. If Brentford was a wasted opportunity, Burnley is a disgrace. We take the lead, bin it off, and then do nothing. Given our recent performances, I think the team is ultimately just really tired, so luckily it's the FA Cup and we fully rotate and finally get back to winning ways as we beat Charlton 5-0. And the rest would seem to have helped as we grab an early lead against Arsenal through a fine finish from Kai Havertz. We then win a penalty as we look to take control, but Lukaku fails to score, and then Arsenal immediately go down the other end and Chilwell gives away a penalty for them, which they obviously do score. We don't really do much else for the rest of the game, and that's it. Our third straight league draw. Liverpool go 4 points clear. Oh dear. Largely to get revenge, I see Arsenal are attempting to sign Jan Polo, who is available for free having left Colombia in the summer. I don't think he's spectacular, but we swoop in to sign him anyway. We do then finally get back to winning ways in the Premier League with a thumping triumph over Southampton, the key factor seemingly being the return of Mbappe. Next up are Man United, who are a little off the pace. We need a good performance though, and the Southampton result certainly seems to have helped. We work a neat early move with Mbappe's cutback finding Hudson-Odoi to set things off, and then in the second half Tomori heads home a second to seal it. Very clinical, still 4 points behind. We end them up with a 2-1 win over Everton as things certainly seem more stable. We don't win Manager of the Month, but Zidkagard Brathwaite, who I also loaned out in January to Huddersfield, wins the Championship Player of the Month, which is encouraging. Transfer deadline day is actually the 1st of February this year, and we say goodbye to Andy Harwood, who just hasn't developed, but we say hello to Gregorio Reina from Sevilla for an absolute bargain price of 7.25 million. I tapped him up in the summer and he became so unhappy Sevilla massively reduced their asking price, so we of course swoop. He looks really good and I think he could definitely be a longer term replacement for N'Golo Kante. But that stability I just mentioned? Nope. Our FA Cup campaign ends shockingly early at home to West Brom as a heavily rotated team show why they don't play regularly. Our improved league form continues though as we see off our near neighbours 2-0, but Liverpool are still 4 points clear. It's then time for the Champions League knockouts as we take on Roma, and the first leg is pretty dull. We have the best of the stats, Roma have the best chance, but it ends all square. We then absolutely annihilate Aston Villa 7-1 with a 5.25 XG, one of the best performances in months. That's followed by an also outstanding 5-1 win over Watford with a hat-trick from Mbappe. Naturally, I opted not to record either of them, but hey, at least I did for the 0-0 with Roma. And that's certainly an improvement. A considerably better month, but did I mention we're still 4 points behind Liverpool? Not anymore though. We draw 1-1 with Leicester. Former Blue Dominic Solanke clearly agreed we haven't really signed him, so it's now 6 points. 6. Why is this happening in the only year where the board have actually wanted us to win the league? There's still the Champions League though. We face Roma in a deadlock, so an early goal would be good. Zaniolo forced a save from Mendy before we go and win a penalty. A perfect start, and no, Lukaku's missed. When Mbappe then hits the bar and Hudson-Odoi's effort is stopped, I start fearing the worst, but those two then combine for an excellent opener from the Frenchman. It's definitely been his best season for us, and then to prove my point, in the second half, Lukaku outsmarts the defence, finds Mbappe, who absolutely leathers one into the top corner. His 17th of the season. Cristante pulls one back, but we make it through. We then get our youth intake, and it seems decent. Allegedly, Michael Monaghan could be one of the best players of his generation, which, I mean, they always say that, and I think this time it's actually real. This might be the best regen I've ever had come through a youth intake. 20 work rate, amazing attributes in all the key places for a defender. The only thing is the 12 heading, but then he's just 15, and he's already Premier League standard. Wow. I suppose he's short, which usually happens, but who cares? Norwich are up next. I fully rotate the outfield to give a bit of a rest before the international break. Tammy Abraham more than covers for Lukaku as ever though, with a stunningly classy hat-trick. Liverpool win again though, so we're still 6 points behind. Having played them in the knockouts last year, once again we get Barcelona in the Champions League quarter-finals, and we get 4 guys in the goal 50 next-gen thing. Need to bring some more through. With 9 games to go, the league situation is looking bleak, but we still have to play Liverpool, so you never know. We crush West Ham 3-1 with a first half Lukaku hat-trick. That's 25 games unbeaten. We then face Brighton, and this time it's Kai Havertz with a hat-trick, and we win 4-0 with some yet more excellent football that likely won't mean anything as Liverpool win again as well. I mean, I suppose we only have ourselves to blame, but we still have the Champions League. We face Barcelona with the first leg at Stamford Bridge, and we make the perfect start as Havertz finds Lukaku to open things off in typical fashion. Not that this lasts long though, as Memphis Depay grabs an equaliser, but in the second half we assert our dominance. First, Tomori heads home from a corner to restore our lead, before an incisive pass from Pulisic allows Tammy Abraham to fire in a typically classy finish. Pulisic himself then completes the route to put us in a commanding position. And then Liverpool go and actually lose. Newcastle doing something useful for once. The door is open a bit, but we still have to beat Manchester City. This is big. More than big, in fact, it's large. We don't really do much until 50 minutes in when Kylian Mbappe gets injured again, which is great. The time fades away, Kai Havertz has a goal ruled out. We have a few half chances, but it looks like the opportunity is going to be squandered. That is until the 94th minute when Fikayo legend Tomori heads home from a corner to give us a late win and a late title chance. Mbappe's out for a month though, we're really going to miss him. We have a strong lead against Barcelona, but when they score first I am mildly concerned. But Lukaku is on hand to equalise, and then an absolutely outstanding move sees him give us the lead and seal the tie for good. And to celebrate we get Bayern Munich in the semi-finals. We need to keep our league run going against Spurs. I mean, it's Spurs, we always beat Spurs, so this should be really easy. We don't start particularly well and Spurs actually go and score through Harry Kane, and then, well, we don't do much. Some absolutely dreadful performances. Chilwell has an effort cleared off the goal line, Holzek has a late effort ruled out, and then we lose. Right, well, this might be the most embarrassing thing ever. Our title race hopes then, I would say, are gone again. Liverpool have just lost an FA Cup semi-final to Burnley though, but we have to beat them. We have to win. If not, it's curtains. Hudson-Odoi and Kante have been woeful of late, so I adjust the team accordingly. Nothing happens until we give a penalty away, which Salah obviously scores. After the break, we battle back into the game with Lukaku restoring parity. We look likeliest to score, so of course Liverpool come forwards and Salah taps in at the near post. As the desperation grows, we get a corner which Lukaku bundles in. We press forwards again and again and have a few decent chances before in injury time, Tammy Abraham finds himself in on goal, only for Alisson to save. We've rescued a draw, but I don't think it's even going to be close to enough. 3 points behind, Liverpool have a game in hand. Oh dear. Let's hope Roman's still out of the country. But we do of course still have a Champions League, though Bayern Munich's team is scary. And we make a great start as Ben Chilwell just chucks the ball straight to Leroy Sané, and the move allows Serge Gnabry to score. But it's a false dawn for Bayern as we otherwise dominate the game. Havertz slides in Lukaku to equalise, and then in the second half we have a multitude of chances. We only take one of them though, as Lukaku returns the favour to Havertz to give us a slender advantage. Lukaku was awesome in April and duly deserves the Premier League Player of the Month award, but his efforts likely won't be enough. We need Liverpool to lose twice, and we need to win everything. And then Liverpool do lose. Don't give me this hope again. We cruise past Newcastle though, and you know what that means? We go top of the league on goal difference, but Liverpool still have a game in hand, so it's probably not going to matter. This does secure Champions League qualification with 146 million to spend. Liverpool then go and lose the Champions League semi-final to AC Milan. They seem to be a bit off the boil here, surely not. But we need to ensure our own Champions League semi-final win first, and luckily Mbappe is back. And boy how we've missed him. He slips it across to Ziyech to start things off before bagging one himself. Mount scores a penalty and then Christensen caps off a rout. Bayern crushed. We make the Champions League final again, and this time it's AC Milan. The league still might be out of reach though, as Liverpool get back on track with a win over Wolves. We beat Burnley 2-0 with Mbappe on form again, but Liverpool still have that game in hand. As we face Leeds, they face Manchester City in our last best hope. And it doesn't really look like it's going to be our day once Lukaku misses a penalty, Ziyech hits the post, and Mbappe's effort is ruled offside. But eventually our quality tells as Mbappe sets us on our way. Lukaku doubles it and then Mbappe secures it. He's really been phenomenal this season. And what of Liverpool? Well, crikey. They lost as we won. They've lost again. We needed them to lose again, and they have. Which means despite everything, despite all we've done to stop it, somehow it's actually now back in our hands. Our goal difference is so much better than them. If we beat Wolves on the final day, we'll be champions. Or just no need at all then as Liverpool go and lose their game in hand to Brentford at Anfield as well. I mean, seriously, what? How many times have I written this season off and they've absolutely, utterly, pathetically binned it off? This is one of the biggest bottle jobs I've ever seen from the AI here. Amazing stuff. So we face Wolves in my 300th game in charge, knowing that unless we somehow lose and Liverpool win with a swing of 20 goals, we're champions for the 4th straight year. It means nothing and nothing happens. A boring 0-0 where I really should have rotated, but that's all we needed. We win the league again. 4 years running. Not even Fergie did that, I don't think. It really didn't look likely basically all season, but somehow through Liverpool's utterly absurd collapse, we've done it. And Liverpool actually lost again on the final day. Insane. With that, we enter the Worldwide Hall of Fame and secure our job for another season. Genuinely don't know how we managed that, and apparently a lowest ever points tally, surely just for the save, not ever. Mendy wins the Golden Glove, we win Manager of the Year yet again, but only 8 players in the Team of the Year this time. Extremely harsh on Mbappe, who in my view was our best player. But we're not even done yet, of course. It's time to try and retain the Champions League. I write the script for these episodes as I play the save, so let me stress, I fully expected to have been sacked by now with how the season has gone, but to win the league at the last and now potentially the Champions League as well. Wow. The boys are ready, let's take on Milan. And it's one of the most boring Champions League finals of all time. I can only apologise to the people that paid to watch this. The first half flies by as nothing happens, and then the second we win a penalty as Ziyech has failed and Lukaku converts. We have a final chance which Tammy Abraham doesn't score, and so we win again. Will I ever get sick of this trophy animation? Nope, not a chance. We are a machine. English champions, European champions, world champions, and the Super Cup as well. Not bad. Definitely some areas to improve. Both right wingers really seem to fall off a cliff as the season went on, and Kante is now 35 and starting to show it. Reece James wins Player of the Year while Livramento wins Young Player, so right back is absolutely fine. Just the 41 goals for Lukaku this time, while Callum Hudson-Odoi gets the most assists despite his late season issues. Oh, and this is just extremely funny. Same again next season? With the stadium expansion on the way, it's certainly an exciting time at Chelsea. Time to bring some more youngsters through though, properly as well. Karl Malone, Chamula Makua and Michael Monaghan in particular. I think we might go down to one longer episode per season for these, alongside the East Anglian Journeyman series of course, don't forget to check that out. We will see though, but whatever happens, see you next time.